Yeah! Woo! Hello everyone! Welcome to the Joey Elise Show! Devon's career started with a wonderful role playing as the young Bobby Jones in the Warner Brothers film Bobby Jones, Stroke of Genius. And he was most recently in Warner Brothers film Shorts. Sure, you all know that. Amazing. That's just the coolest. And Law & Order SVU Season 12 called Merchandise. It'll be playing again this Saturday at 8 p.m. You catch that if you did not catch it last time. Yay! Oh, okay. It's pretty cool that you're here with us. It's an honor, I have to say. It's awesome. Okay, now, about yourself, where you were born, where you were born, and how many people are in your family?
What?
Well, I'm 15. I was actually born in Atlanta, Georgia, but my dad got transferred about 2 or 3 years ago, so me, my sister, and mom all moved out to LA.
Cool. Cool.
Now it's my turn to ask you a question. Okay, how old were you when you started acting, and did you always want to be an actor?
I was about 6 or 7 when I actually started acting, and when I was little, I just always liked to, pretend and try to be different characters, like cowboys or astronauts, and then I saw that actors did that as a job, and I was like, wow, I really want to do that. So I asked my parents, and they said no, and then I just kept asking.
That's cool.
And then they caved in.
We want you to show us your pet lizards.
Yes, I am a chameleon.
Oh, sweet.
Gus, and I will show you guys him right now.
Awesome.
Here he is.
Cool.
And I have a bearded dragon, tortoise, and several other geckos, but I figured I'd just show you my chameleon.
Cool. And does he, it doesn't seem like he would be the ones to camouflage, does he? Does he, like, change, or?
Oh, he actually, he only changes colors whenever he gets, like, mad or something. So when he was younger, he used to get really mad whenever I'd go inside his cage, and he would turn really red, and it was pretty funny.
Cool. On NBC, can you just tell us how awesome that was and how you prepared for such a challenging role like that?
It was amazing. A few days later, they said, we're going to fly you out to New York. And, it's been on for 12 years, so everyone's just like a well-oiled machine. And But, like, they were really accepting, and they really, like, helped me out, and were really friendly and stuff. And it was probably one of the hardest roles I've ever done, but I was really glad and really proud that I was able to do it, because it's, it's a role that you have to really, like, delve into, and I just had to think of, like, how I would feel in those situations and try to portray that on camera. When I got there, they were all really friendly, and, I shot a scene with, like, handcuffs, and they were, like, playing around with the handcuffs, and, like, they've been working for so many years on that, and it was really cool to see how friendly they were with the newcomer.
Let's see, who are some of your favorite actors?
Who are some of my favorite actors? Well, one of my all-time favorite shows is Lost. So, basically every actor on that I really enjoy watching. And actually a lot of the actors I've worked with, like, I've watched their projects before I shot with them, and then a lot of them became some of my favorite actors.
Cool. You've been in some awesome movies, like we said during our little intro, you were in Bobby Jones. Now, can you tell us? That was first, I think. Can you just tell us how how that was?
It was actually really cool because the whole thing is a golfer, and I never golfed before. So they actually part of the audition was they were like, okay, well, let's see your golf swing, and it was really bad, and I almost broke the camera because I was just swinging all over the place. But, it was really cool, and it was a great learning experience because it was like my first film.
Cool. Where did they film it? Where did you guys film it? What, like, golf course? Like,
Actually, for my parts, since I played the younger version, I didn't really get to film on too many golf courses.
Oh, okay.
It was actually filmed in Atlanta, Georgia, which is where
cool.
I lived at the time.
That's cool.
And they shot on a lot of like big mansions and stuff. And yeah, they did shoot at East Lake Golf Course, but that was only when I got to shoot. When I shot that, I think I was 8. So
that's a little bit ago.
oh, those not many years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so you worked with Christopher Reeves in a film before he died. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, he was amazing. He's a really good director, and he was very patient. And it was actually funny because when I was shooting, I was really into jokes and stuff. So every single day he would meet with like all the cast and just talk about like what we were going to shoot for the day and stuff. And I would tell him jokes, and a few of my jokes actually made into the movie, which was pretty cool. But yeah, he was really cool, and he was really passionate about the project. And he was a great director.
That's awesome.
Do you remember the jokes?
I think one of the jokes was like, why was the cookie so sad? And then the answer was because he was feeling crummy.
Who doesn't like those corny jokes? I mean, really. Oh, cool. Okay, so now I've seen the independent film you were in called Canvas, starring God, you know what? Okay, what is
How do you say their name?
Marisha?
Marcia Gay Harden and
Yes,
Jolie.
yes, thank you. Thank you. Now, how old were you when you did that, and how was that experience like? What was the what was the story like? Because people may not have seen it, so just tell us a little bit about that.
I was 10 years old when I shot that movie, and it was shot in Florida. And basically what it's about is my mom in the movie has schizophrenia, and it's basically about me like dealing with that, and like dealing with friends and life, but having a mom that has schizophrenia, and how me and my dad sort of bond over it all. And it was a great experience, and I learned a lot from Marcia and Jolie, and it was really cool.
Cool.
Okay.
Now we have a question from our studio audience here.
Okay, do you ever do stage acting? Maybe, possibly.
Like live theater.
Actually, I've never done like theater work or stage acting before, but I think it'd be really interesting.
Yeah. I always feel like it'd be a big challenge because there's a huge difference between theater and filming, because theater, there's a lot of people and you have to over-exaggerate your expressions, whereas filming and movies it's very subtle, so.
You only get one chance on theater.
Yeah, also it's interesting how like they just go from beginning to end, and they don't stop. And with filming, you may do.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
a show, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no redos.
Nothing like live TV.
Yeah. Yep.
So you filmed a movie this summer called The Wait. Can you tell us a little bit about where it's filmed and stuff? What's it about?
Yes, it was filmed in Oregon, Sisters, Oregon. You probably never heard of it because it only has 1,000 people in it. But it was about, in the movie, my mom dies, and I live with, it's myself and my 2 sisters and my niece. And so when my mom dies, they get a mysterious phone call saying that she may come back to life. And so it's basically about everyone waiting to see what's going to happen and how everyone sort of copes with the mom's death. In that, I got to work with Chloe 70 and Jenna Malone. And yeah, it was really cool.
Cool. Awesome. Alright. Now you filmed Warner Brothers Funny Games with Naomi Watts and Tim Roth. Now, and Clint Eastwood's The Changeling, starring Angelina Jolie. Now, those are some really cool actors right there. And did you ever get to meet Clint Eastwood?
Yes, it was actually a funny story how that all happened. I auditioned for the main role of her son, but I was about half a foot too tall. But Clint watched my tape and thought I did a really good job, so he sort of created a role and said, you're too tall for this, but I still want you in it. So I played a victim of like the killer, and it was really cool. I didn't get to work with Angelina Jolie, sadly, but Clint Eastwood was really cool. He actually has a very interesting style of directing. He right before he was like, okay, I want you to forget the script. I want you to say whatever you want to say and just like go with it. And then he does about 1 take, maybe 2, but that's it.
Cool. So he knows what he wants. Yep. Awesome. Alright, Elise, go ahead with...
What about the other movie? Can you talk about it?
The other movie? The Funny Games.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers Funny Games. How was that?
I shot when I was about 11, and that was also in New York, and that was a really cool movie. I worked with Naomi and Tim, and they were really cool. And it's like a scary movie, so everyone on set tried to keep things really light for me, and it was shot around Halloween time, so I decorated like my dressing room and stuff, and I bought these 2 like rubber rats, and I put them in there, and then it started out as like Naomi actually stole the rats and started taking pictures and putting ransom notes. Eventually, by the end of the shoot, it was like everyone on the crew was in on it, and like I remember Michael Pitt and Tim, they took all my furniture in my dressing room and just pushed it into like my bathroom, and it was pretty funny. But yeah, they were really cool, and they taught me a lot, and it was a tough shoot, but I had lots of fun.
Cool.
And it's about these 2 killers who come to like a really nice Hamptons home, and they basically take a family hostage and torture them, and it's over a 24-hour period, and about like what the family goes through.
Cool. The last question, because we're getting
Okay.
towards the end of our show.
Okay, so your most recent movie that you were in was Shorts, I believe, a comedy. So
Yes.
do you do it all, like drama, comedy, all of it, or just one?
I actually like to do all of it. It was really cool doing Shorts because, well, as you heard, most of my movies aren't exactly light, and it was really cool because like I also had not really shot a movie where it was all kids. It was mostly just me and adults, and so it was really fun. And I got to play the bully, so I got to just
Yeah.